Hi everyone, I hope you're well. As you're aware, we get a lot of amazing questions from some of our players on our program. One of the questions that we got, I'll just drop it in the comments here and you'll see it as I overlay it on the screen. But one of the programs that we have and our players work on is called the Professional Player Pathway. And one of the objectives that we have is teaching players to scan. Scanning is one of our top 5 objectives that players have to work towards before I set them up with trials into the UK or Europe with professional teams. And one of the objectives that we're speaking about today is scanning and why scanning is so important. But as you'll see from the question above, one of the parents has dropped a question to say, if my son or daughter is a wide player, why is it so important that when we record the objective scanning, why do they have to scan across both shoulders? Because surely if he or she is a wide player, then we only need to scan on one side. That's actually incorrect. And I'm going to share with you why that's incorrect. And I'll just load up this next screen for you guys, and you can have a little look to see why that one is not quite right. So we'll just imagine we've got our football pitch here. Not a very good drawing of a football pitch. But let's say this particular player is shooting in this direction. And one of the things that we want to do is look about scanning. So one of the first things we need to look at is before we even talk about scanning, if you were a wide player, whether you received the ball a lot to feet or you received the ball to space, if you are taught and coached correctly, you shouldn't be on the pitch here and only looking over the left shoulder and you're next to the line. If you're taught correctly how to play football and how to play the position correctly, you will need to ensure, and we used to use this a lot, the first thing you need to focus on is getting some white on your boots. And what getting white on your boots mean is if you're a wide player, we want you to be on the line. It's going to make the pitch as big and wide as possible, but also for your vision and view, we don't want players only to be looking in that direction over that left shoulder, trying to receive the ball. It's not how you play as in a wide position. The best wide players on the planet play with their vision of view, so they are sort of side on, so they can see those 3 angles. So then that way, when you're in that position, you will need to look to the left because that's where your goalkeeper is. You will need to look to the right because that's where the opposing goalkeeper is. But also you're going to need to look straight ahead. So it comes back to scanning. Why is it so important to scan on both shoulders? In this particular position, we'll imagine the player is playing in the 7 or 11, or you might call it as a right midfielder, or you might call it as a left midfielder. There's lots of different names for using it. But one of the things that I would say is so important is that if you've got this field of vision here, it's so important that you're looking to the left because as the ball's coming into you, so whether that ball's coming to feet or it's going to space, that is another slightly different argument on what you should be doing. But when we're talking about scanning, you should always be scanning to the left. As that ball's coming in towards you or it's coming into the space towards you, you must be scanning right because the picture is always changing. You will have a defender who might be here, and this defender's all of a sudden in 2 seconds covered 20 metres of the pitch. This is why scanning on both sides is so super important. So anyone who plays in a wide position, I hope this helps you out with this scenario. And if you want to find out more about scanning, what are the top 5 objectives Premier League teams use? My name's Raymond Wood. I'm one of the highest qualified coaches on the planet under UEFA. I'm also a UEFA player agent, and we are looking currently to work with players aged 8 years of age and upwards. Whether you're a boy or a girl, no matter your level, we're looking for players. We're always on the lookout. So if you want to find out more information, if you look at my link in my bio, you will see there's a link there, and you can get all the information to not only connect with me, and I can help you with your football, but also you can even download my book completely free of charge. So good luck with that, and I hope that answers your question.